Welcome back, boys and girls. This video is going to be on prime and composite. Get your pencils ready and let's take a few notes. Now that we finished our video on factors, we're going to learn about prime and composite. We're going to use factors to help us to determine this. A prime number is a whole number greater than 1 that has exactly two factors, itself and 1. For example, 19 is a prime number because it can only be divided by 1 and 19. So 1 and 19 are the only factors of the number 19. So that makes it a prime number. The only way to make it by multiplying is itself times 1. That is a prime number. The next one is a composite number. A composite number is a whole number greater than 1 that has more than two factors. For example, 20 is a composite number because it can be divided by these list of numbers. We can divide it by 1, by 2, by 4, by 5, by 10, and by 20. So if I list all of the factors of 20, I come up with 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. So we know that it can be divided by more than two factors. If it had been prime, we could only use 1 times itself, but we came up with a lot of numbers, so it's going to be a composite number. Now, two very important rules are the number 0 is neither prime nor composite because it cannot be divisible by any whole number. Also, the number 1 is neither prime nor composite because it only has one factor. And remember, my prime number had to have two factors, itself and 1. The only thing that one can be divisible by is 1. So it only has one number for a factor, so it cannot be considered prime. Very important rules to remember. Let's take a closer look at a few numbers. We're going to list the factors of each number, and then we're going to determine if it is prime or composite. Now, sometimes boys and girls like to use what's called a T-chart when they are listing their factors, and I want to show you how to do that. And you might choose also to use the T-chart. When using the T-chart, you put your number on top, 17, and you make a T. And you list the ways you can make 17. What two numbers can you multiply together? What two factors would make 17? Well, we can always use 1 times 17. 17 is odd, so we know we can't use the number 2 because all odd numbers cannot be divisible by 2. 2 is even. I can't divide it by 3, nor 4, nor 5, 6. If I know my multiplication facts, I know there is no other way to make 17. So we know that 17, because it only has two factors, that's it, itself times 1. So it is going to be a prime number. Okay, the T-chart may help you be able to do that. Now, if I list the factors of 17, I would just write down 1 and the 17. If you do the rainbow chart, you can connect them like that. Any of these that you want to use, you use. But just remember, if it only has 2, itself times 1, then it's going to be considered prime. Now let's try the number 28. So we're going to list the factors or the ways to make 28 when multiplying. I'm going to use the T-chart again. So I'm going to put a 28 at the top, my T underneath. What are the ways to make 28? We always can start with the 1. 1 times itself. So 1 times 28. We know that's the first easy way to make a 28. Well, 28 ends with an 8, and that's even. So I know I'm going to be able to use 2. Can you figure out how many times it would take 2 to get to 28? 14. Very good. Let's see. I want you to pause the video and see if you can come up with any other ways to make 28. All right, let's see if you came up with the last one. 4, times 7 makes 28. So how many ways or how many factors do I have? Do I have only 2 or do I have more than 2? You're correct. I have more than 2. If I list these in the correct order, I would start with the smallest. 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. So is this number prime or composite? Very good. It is composite. Why? Because it has more than 2 factors. Very good. All right, I think you are ready to practice some problems on your own. If you have any trouble, don't forget to come back to the video.